Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Jay Jenkins, tech strategist and evangelist for Google Cloud in Asia Pacific. We've had another day of fantastic learning. We've had some great presentations and some demos, but I think we can all agree there's nothing like actually using the platform ourselves. And we're going to give you an opportunity to actually log into the console and use Anthos. We have Balesh coming back, who has done some of the demos earlier. Balesh, how are you?
I'm really cool. How are you, Jay?
I'm great, thanks. Can you run through some of the demos you did for us earlier?
Yes. So we had three different demos. We started with how to install GKE on-prem. We went on seeing how can you migrate one application from compute engine to containers. And finally, we ended up with a session on managing Anthos.
Great, thanks. And as I said before, there's nothing like using the platform yourself. So what have we got for our listeners today to help them use the platform?
Yeah, so we have a new program, Cloud Hero Challenge. That is an immersive online game made up of hands-on lab. It is relevant to the topic that you learned in today's onboard session.
Great, fantastic. And when is that available?
So it is available right now, and it will be there till 22nd of September.
Okay, great. So I've got access to Qwiklabs. I'm using it. You said this is a challenge, though. So how do I know whether I'm doing well?
So you're right. I mean, Cloud Hero won't be a game without a leaderboard. So what you can do, you can look into that leaderboard and see how you're doing. The score lab demonstrate your progress made in this game.
Okay, great. So I noticed that there are scores there. So how are those scores calculated? How do I get a high score?
So what you need to do, you need to complete these labs. Every time you complete a lab, you get a new score added to your kit. And you can also claim a spot in the top 10 players in APAC. Regardless of the place, everyone who completes these games will be recognized with a digital badge on their Qwiklab account.
Fantastic. And it's important for everybody to know that they actually can run through these labs 5 times. So take what you've learned once, do the lab again, do it faster, and you'll get a higher score. What lab were you going to take us through today?
So in a minute, I'm going to walk you through a lab on Cloud Run on Anthos from Qwiklab catalog to help you become familiar with the format.
Great. Well, let's get started.
Let me briefly talk about Qwiklabs, which is part of Google Cloud. Qwiklabs allows you to get practical hands-on experience with Google Cloud and proficiency with Google account credentials so that you can access the Cloud console at no cost. Make sure you open Qwiklabs in incognito window and ensure that you don't accidentally use your own Google accounts while accessing the Cloud console. We don't want you to get any unexpected bills at the end of the month. Now click on this Start Lab and wait for the connection details to be displayed on your left. For each lab, you have a timer. So you can see here with remaining access time. Your lab will automatically end when this timer runs out. Now you want to click on this Open Google Console and then sign in with this username and password provided in this connection detail page. So I'm gonna grab username password and then logging into it. Qwiklab creates a new account for you each time you launch a lab like this. Once I'm into the Cloud console, I'm also going to have to accept the terms of services. So let's wait for that. Okay, so the right thing to do is to make sure you're using the right project and your credentials are the right one that was there on that lab. So this is my username. You can check here if the same user is logged in, 30D. That's the right one. And also check the project as well, 74D. So this is the 74D. So we are using the same project and correct user credentials. So now let's jump into the Cloud Run lab. Okay, so we have already completed these steps. Okay, the next thing to do is a Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell is a virtual machine that is given to you free of cost. It offers some persistent 5 GB storage as well for your home directory. And you can use it to run all the Google Cloud commands. So it comes with preloaded toolset, which can be very useful while running on this Google console. In the meanwhile, let's get into our lab. So there you go. You are inside that machine, virtual machine, which we call Cloud Shell. You can check the authentication, which was used to log into this account. You can also verify project detail as well. It would be similar to what you can see on your user interface here. Finally, what we are going to do is we will create a cluster. You can use the user interface using Cloud Console or via commands on your Cloud Shell. So both the options are available here. This is the command, or you can go via this user interface. So to keep it more intuitive, I'm going to use a user interface. So go to the navigation menu, Kubernetes engine, and then create cluster. This is our navigation menu, Kubernetes engine, clusters. Create cluster. Please follow the exact names and zones which are given in this lab, because there are a few labs where it actually checks whether this cluster is created or not, and based on that you are given the points, which may not be a case in this particular lab, but let's follow this best practice. This is the username that we need to give. Zone was US Central 1A. US Central 1A. Okay. What next? Okay, now we need to enable this Cloud Run for Anthos. And since this is based on Istio, we need to enable Istio as well. To do that, click on Features and then enable both the options. So here you can see Features, enable Cloud Run. Changes needed. You have selected this to enable Cloud Run. Changes are needed for cluster configuration. So there is some configuration required to run this Cloud Run. So we are good. Make those changes, whatever is required. Okay. And also ask us to enable the Istio as well. So let me do that. Enable Istio. Okay, there you go. That's it. Click on create. Create. This can take a couple of minutes. So till that time, let's see what else we need to do once that cluster is up. As I said before, you can create this cluster via this Cloud Shell command. And the command is very simple. Gcloud is our tool name, containers, something like resource, sub-resource, clusters, and then command name, create. Name of the cluster, any add-on that is required. In this case, Cloud Run is add-on for us. Machine type, we did not select. We just went for the default one. And if you need to enable stack driver, which is for logging, and then give the zone name. So exactly the same step. Once you're done, it will create a cluster for you. And once that cluster is ready, we'll try to deploy this Cloud Run on GKE. So let's wait for our cluster first. Okay, our cluster is ready. You can see there is a green checkbox in front of it. So this is ready to be used, and now we can jump to the next statement. The next section is about deploying this Cloud Run on this GKE. So you need to go to navigation menu and then on Cloud Run. Okay, let's do that. This is the navigation menu. Cloud Run is inside this compute. So click on that. And then create service, use Cloud Run for Anthos, default namespace, and this would be our service name. Okay. Create service. So you can use Cloud Run as a fully managed offering, or in our case, we are gonna use Cloud Run or deploy Cloud Run on Anthos, which is our GKE cluster. So we'll keep it as it is, and we get service name as hello run GKE. You need to select the cluster. Why I can see my cluster. Okay, it says Cloud Run is not ready yet, starting up. So this is about cloud cluster. This is about, okay. So it seems that our cluster is up, nodes are up, but Cloud Run is not yet deployed. So we wait for it to be deployed again. Okay, after waiting for some more minutes, the cluster is ready. It has also deployed Istio as well as underlying Knative system to run Cloud Run. So we need to select this cluster. We're going to run this Cloud Run. And next is whether we want to have this service only available inside the cluster or outside. So we want this service to be invoked through the internet. So I'll keep this to external, and let's go to the next. So here what you need to do, you need to give the image URL. So this is the container image that you want to run inside this Cloud Run. So for this demo, there is an image, sample image that we can use, which is hosted on our container registry. Here you go. I believe we are done. Then click on create, wait for the deployment to finish. Okay. Click. So what it is doing right now, it is pulling that image, container image, and then deploying it on our cluster. So it seems this has been deployed. You can see the image URL that was used. And okay. This is our log. And that is the URL that you can use to access this container. But as you know, we need to set up the DNS name, and to make sure you don't have to do that and to avoid having to set up this DNS, what this lab is suggesting is you can rather use the Istio Ingress Gateway, which is a service hosted in this Istio on this cluster, and that has a public IP address. So there what we can do, we can mention this host name as it is and just refer the in Istio Ingress. So let us check the IP address for our cluster. So go to Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes engine, services and ingress. You must see a ingress service. There you go. And the one which we should use is the one with port 80, I believe. Okay, I don't need to open it on browser. I'll use it in my Cloud Shell. So that's a command that we need to use. You can see the host name matches with our host name. Oh, I changed that web page, but that should be the one. If it doesn't work, we'll check it again. So there we need to mention IP address. There you go. You can see it has written this web page, and this is the application which is running inside that container. So that's a full web page that has returned back. And You can also check the return status, which is 200, which means it has worked well. So our application is up and running. And the good part is, since this is hosted on Cloud Run, so it will be available only when we request for this service. And if there are no requests made to this application, it will scale it down back to 0. And before we go, we should end this lab. This is very important. So click on end lab. And that's it. Rate it based on your understanding. Here you go.
So that's it. Remember, you have until 22nd September to complete the labs in the Cloud Hero GK Challenge. And you have up to 5 attempts to try and improve your score. One pro tip, be sure you end the labs once you have completed it by pressing the end option so your points are counted. And don't forget to keep an eye on the leaderboard to see how you are tracking in the game. Good luck, Cloud Heroes.